Chef Kyle here, and we're gonna make some chicken bacon wraps. First thing first, we've got our cut chicken pieces that have been marinated in some oil, different spices. That's totally up to your group. However, my only recommendation is less is more. The more spices you put in here, the more sugar it tends to burn in the pan. So again, less is more here. And again, as you prepared this, you were worried about cross-contamination. So that's when I touch the chicken and then go around and touch different areas of the kitchen. So in my pan here, kind of over medium-high heat, I've gone ahead and cooked off some bacon. Your teacher might do that on a sheet pan in the oven ahead of time, but I did it in the pan here and left behind the bacon fat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our chicken using tongs, and we're gonna go ahead and place the chicken in. Right now, the chicken's not doing anything, right? I don't hear any noise, I don't see any sizzling, so I'm going to let that continue to heat up. We have to cook with our minds. So for this, we also go ahead and prepare a ranch dressing. And to do that, we're gonna go ahead and make our own ranch. So we have an egg here, and I'm gonna go ahead and separate. Your classroom might have some egg separators, but eggs themselves have their own separator. So it's cracked, and then I drop the egg yolk back and forth, and the white falls into a base. Here in a bowl, we've got some Dijon mustard. We're gonna place our egg yolk. The egg whites, your teacher might have you save for another application. Ask before you throw those away. So we've got our Dijon, our yolk, we've got a little white vinegar and some lemon juice. And we're gonna go ahead and start to whisk this up. And it tilts to the side a little bit, helps me get in there and aerate this a little bit. We wanna see this change colors and kind of become light and frothy almost. The mustard in here contains something called lecithin, and it's going to help emulsify the liquids and our fats. Alright, so I'm looking over here and I start to see a little bit of smoke, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that down. That lets me know my pan is certainly hot. I'm going to go ahead and drop in our chicken. And again, we can hear and we can see that we're cooking. I've gone ahead and just cut this into little bite-sized pieces. That's just gonna help speed things up. Again, these tongs that have raw chicken on, I'm not setting on the counter, setting different areas, especially on my lettuce and raw materials. I'm gonna just keep those in a bowl or on a paper towel. So what I've done here is I've taken a wet cloth. I'm going to create a bowl here because I'm on my own for this. You might have a partner who can hold this. I'm just going to use that cloth. And what we're creating here is an emulsification, and this has to happen slowly. So I'm adding maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of oil into my yolk and my vinegar, whisking until it combines. You can see at the beginning it kind of separates as you add. And it comes together. So at the beginning it's really important that we go really slow, just a few droplets at a time. And then as we go along, I can start to go a little bit faster as that emulsion is stronger. If at any point you go too fast and this separates, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just start over in a new bowl with a new yolk, and you're gonna take your broken mixture and add it to the new one. You're not gonna throw that away. So all you do is take a new yolk in a new bowl and you go straight into that new yolk and it'll come together. So you can see it's starting to kind of look like mayonnaise almost. If I incorporate more air into this, it'll become white and the mayonnaise that you're used to. But essentially that's all we've made here is a mayonnaise. Keeping an eye on my chicken. We've got our chicken here. You can start to see the edges are turning white, and that lets us know that it's kind of time to flip. You can see some nice browning. Be careful with these metal utensils on our non-stick skillet. We don't want to scratch that Teflon. Probably not Teflon nowadays. Again, when it's cut into small pieces like this, it should cook relatively quickly. Okay. Let that cook on the other side. Here we're continuing with our ranch. Oil goes in, oil goes in. Picking up where we left off. Again, as we're cooking, we want to make sure we're cleaning as we go. So something like this, we start to get grease everywhere. Make sure you're wiping down your station. How do we know our chicken is done? Best way, thermometer. As a chef, you can start to get a little more experienced and you can feel what it should feel like when it's cooked. It should bounce back very springy and firm. Or we can come in with our digital thermometer and we're looking for something above 165. You can see we're at 172. And again, this measures temperature at the tip. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and remove my chicken. I'm gonna just wipe out my pan very quickly. And we've got our tortillas. You can heat it up in a pan since we've got one. If not, you can just toss these in the microwave. I have a nice warm pan here, so we're going to use that. If you don't warm these up, they tend to tear. As you warm them up, they come a little more pliable. Here we have our mayonnaise base. Okay, to that, we're going to go ahead and add some sour cream. It's going to give it a nice little tang. And to that, we've got our spice blend. It's garlic, onion, parsley, dill, typical ranch seasonings. We go ahead and stir that in to combine. When you're stirring, make sure you're scraping the sides of the bowl, turning. And then whenever we cook, we always want to make sure we're tasting. So a little tasting spoon, come in. Need some salt, okay? So we come in and adjust. All right. From there, we can go ahead and take our warm tortilla. I'm gonna go ahead and place a little ranch down in the center, making sure I leave a border around the edge. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and take our lettuce. Chicken. Again, less is more here. Not at Chipotle trying to fold those big burritos. Nothing bothers me more. Some bacon, a little cheese. We've got some thin slices of tomatoes. Your teacher will have a variety of things laid out for you. Those tomatoes, I want to go ahead and make sure I salt, a little seasoning. And then from there, what I do is take my two hands on the edges, okay? Fold those in, it doesn't have to touch. My thumb is at the bottom, thumb comes up and over, and then I pinch anything that might have fell out. And from there, I'm making sure to tuck in those edges, okay? And go, tuck, pinch, roll, tuck, pinch, roll, keeping it nice and tight. And you have your wrap, which we can cut. There you go.